In a world full of noise and distractions, have you ever wondered how to find peace within yourself? How to quiet the constant chatter of your mind? Imagine this: you're holding a cup of tea. If you want to taste its deliciousness, you must first empty your cup. Similarly, to find peace, you must empty your mind. Welcome to Wisdom Woven, where we unravel the secrets of inner tranquility. Join us on a journey to explore the essence of emptiness in Buddhism, a philosophy that offers profound insights into the nature of our minds and the path to true happiness. So, sit back, relax, and let's embark on this enlightening voyage together. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more wisdom-packed content. Lesson 1: Understanding the Mind. Have you ever wondered what goes on inside your mind? It's like a bustling marketplace, filled with thoughts, emotions, and sensations all vying for your attention. But amidst this chaos, there lies a profound truth: the mind is both the source of our suffering and the key to our liberation. Think of your mind as a garden. Just as a garden needs tending to flourish, so too does the mind. When left untamed, it can become overrun with weeds of negative thoughts and emotions. But with care and attention, it can blossom into a sanctuary of peace and clarity. But how do we cultivate such a garden? It starts with understanding the nature of the mind. Our minds are constantly chattering away like a radio that's always on. We're bombarded with thoughts about the past and worries about the future, rarely pausing to simply be present in the here and now. Yet, beneath this incessant noise, there exists a deeper layer of awareness, a silent observer that remains untouched by the fluctuations of the mind. This is our true nature, our innermost essence that is unchanging and ever-present. In the Buddhist tradition, this awareness is known as mindfulness. It's the practice of bringing our full attention to the present moment without judgment or attachment. Through mindfulness, we can observe the workings of our mind with clarity and insight, gaining a deeper understanding of ourselves in the process. But mindfulness is not just about being aware of our thoughts, it's also about cultivating a sense of compassion and kindness towards ourselves and others. When we approach our inner experiences with gentleness and acceptance, we create the conditions for healing and transformation to occur. One powerful tool for developing mindfulness is meditation. Through meditation, we learn to quiet the mind and cultivate a sense of inner stillness. By sitting in silence and observing our thoughts as they arise, we can begin to untangle ourselves from the grip of our own minds. But meditation is not just about sitting cross-legged on a cushion. It can be practiced anywhere, at any time. Whether we're washing the dishes or taking a walk in nature, we can bring mindfulness to every aspect of our lives, transforming even the most mundane activities into opportunities for spiritual growth. In essence, understanding the mind is about realizing that we are not slaves to our thoughts and emotions. We have the power to choose how we respond to the world around us rather than being driven by unconscious habits and conditioning. So, the next time you find yourself caught up in the whirlwind of your mind, remember, you have the ability to step back and observe with curiosity and compassion. In doing so, you can unlock the true potential of your mind and experience a newfound sense of freedom and joy. Lesson 2: The Basics of Buddhism. Buddhism, a philosophy and way of life that originated in ancient India, offers profound insights into understanding the mind and finding inner peace. At its core, Buddhism teaches that life is marked by impermanence and suffering, but also by the potential for liberation and enlightenment. Buddhism is not just a religion, it's a path to understanding and overcoming suffering. It offers practical methods for living a happier and more meaningful life. At the heart of Buddhism are the Four Noble Truths, which form the foundation of the Buddha's teachings. These truths recognize the existence of suffering, its causes, its cessation, and the path leading to its end. The first noble truth acknowledges the reality of suffering in life. From physical pain to emotional turmoil, suffering is an inevitable part of the human experience. The second noble truth identifies the causes of suffering, known as the three poisons: greed, hatred, and ignorance. These are the underlying forces that lead to dissatisfaction and discontentment. However, Buddhism offers hope by proclaiming the possibility of overcoming suffering. The third noble truth reveals that suffering can be transcended by eliminating its causes. The fourth noble truth outlines the Noble Eightfold Path, which serves as a guide for leading a life free from suffering. This path consists of ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom. Central to Buddhist practice is the concept of mindfulness, which involves being fully present and aware in each moment. Mindfulness allows us to observe our thoughts, emotions, and sensations without judgment. Another fundamental aspect of Buddhism is the principle of karma, the law of cause and effect. According to this belief, our actions have consequences that shape our present and future experiences. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of cultivating virtues such as compassion, kindness, and generosity. These qualities not only benefit others but also lead to greater inner peace and happiness. The ultimate goal of Buddhism is to attain enlightenment, a state of profound wisdom and compassion. Enlightenment involves realizing the true nature of reality and transcending the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. While enlightenment may seem like a lofty aspiration, Buddhism teaches that it is attainable through diligent practice and spiritual development. One of the most iconic symbols in Buddhism is the image of the Buddha, a figure who achieved enlightenment and dedicated his life to teaching others how to find liberation from suffering. Buddhism encompasses various traditions and schools, each with its own practices and teachings. From Theravada to Mahayana to Vajrayana, there are diverse paths to awakening. Despite its rich history and cultural diversity, Buddhism's essence remains universal: the pursuit of wisdom, compassion, and inner peace. One doesn't need to be a devout follower to benefit from Buddhist teachings. Its principles can be applied by anyone seeking greater clarity, contentment, and fulfillment in life. By embracing Buddhist teachings, individuals can cultivate a deeper understanding of themselves and the world around them. This self-awareness fosters personal growth and transformation. In a fast-paced and often chaotic world, Buddhism offers a sanctuary of calmness and serenity. Its teachings provide solace and guidance amidst life's challenges and uncertainties. Whether through meditation, mindfulness practices, or ethical living, Buddhism offers practical tools for navigating the complexities of existence. By exploring the basics of Buddhism and integrating its teachings into our lives, we can embark on a journey of self-discovery and spiritual awakening. In essence, Buddhism teaches us to look within, to empty our minds of distractions and delusions, and to discover the profound wisdom and peace that lie at the core of our being. Lesson 3: The Concept of Emptiness. In the journey towards understanding Buddhism, one encounters a profound concept: emptiness. But what does it really mean? Imagine a cup. It appears solid, holding water, tea, or any liquid. Yet, if you were to break it down to its fundamental particles, you'd find emptiness at its core. Emptiness, or shunyata in Sanskrit, is not nothingness but rather the absence of inherent, independent existence. Let's take a closer look. When we say something is empty, we often associate it with a lack. However, in Buddhism, emptiness is the realization that all things lack a permanent, unchanging essence. This includes ourselves, others, and everything around us. It's the understanding that nothing exists in isolation, everything is interconnected and interdependent. Consider a tree. It seems separate from its surroundings, rooted in the earth, branches reaching towards the sky. But if we delve deeper, we see that the tree relies on sunlight, water, nutrients, and countless other factors for its existence. It's intertwined with the ecosystem, constantly changing and evolving. This realization of interconnectedness is at the heart of emptiness. Emptiness challenges our conventional way of viewing the world. We tend to categorize things as good or bad, beautiful or ugly based on our subjective perceptions. However, from the perspective of emptiness, these distinctions are arbitrary. They're constructs of our mind shaped by conditioning and cultural influences. Picture a rainbow. It appears vivid and distinct with a spectrum of colors. Yet, if you were to trace the origin of each color, you'd find they merge seamlessly into one another. The rainbow, like everything else, is a fluid, ever-changing phenomenon. Emptiness invites us to see beyond the surface and recognize the impermanent, interconnected nature of reality. At its essence, emptiness is not a nihilistic concept. It's not about denying the richness of life or dismissing the beauty that surrounds us. Instead, it's an invitation to embrace the fullness of existence while letting go of fixed notions and clinging attachments. It's about seeing the world with fresh eyes, free from the distortions of ego and craving. Imagine a river flowing. It's constantly in motion, shaping the landscape as it meanders through valleys and plains. In the same way, our lives are in flux, shaped by an ever-changing stream of experiences. Embracing emptiness means riding the currents of life with grace and acceptance, knowing that nothing is permanent or separate. Consider a mirror. It reflects whatever is placed before it, whether beautiful or mundane. Yet, the mirror itself remains unaffected by what it reflects. Similarly, emptiness is the mirror-like quality of our mind, able to reflect the world without distortion or bias. It's the capacity to see things as they are, free from the projections of our conditioned mind. Emptiness is not a distant concept reserved for scholars and philosophers. It's a practical teaching that can transform how we relate to ourselves and others. Imagine a balloon. When inflated, it appears solid and substantial. But when the air is released, it deflates, revealing its true nature, empty and light. In the same way, recognizing the emptiness of self opens us to a deeper sense of interconnectedness and compassion. Think of a spider's web. It's intricate and delicate, yet remarkably strong. Each thread is interconnected, supporting the structure as a whole. Emptiness is like the silk threads of the web, weaving together the fabric of existence. It's the recognition that we're all interconnected, bound by the threads of karma and causality. Embracing emptiness doesn't mean abandoning responsibility or resigning to fate. Rather, it's about understanding the complex web of causes and conditions that shape our lives. Imagine a potter shaping clay. Each movement leaves an imprint, shaping the final form. Similarly, our thoughts, words, and actions shape our destiny, influencing the course of our lives and those around us. Picture a puzzle. Each piece appears distinct, with its own shape and color. Yet, when assembled together, they form a coherent picture. Emptiness is like the space between the puzzle pieces, binding them together in harmony. It's the recognition that diversity enriches the fabric of existence, creating a tapestry of interconnectedness and beauty. In conclusion, emptiness is not an abstract concept to be grasped intellectually, but a profound insight to be realized through practice and experience. It's the key that unlocks the door to liberation, freeing us from the shackles of ignorance and suffering. Embracing emptiness is a journey of discovery, leading us to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Lesson 4: Meditation Techniques. Meditation is a journey inward, a path to understanding the workings of our minds. But how do we start? Let's explore some simple yet powerful meditation techniques that anyone can try. Breath awareness. Begin by finding a quiet space. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Notice the sensation as you inhale and exhale. When your mind wanders, gently bring it back to your breath. Body scan. Lie down or sit comfortably. Close your eyes and bring your attention to your toes. Slowly move your awareness up through your body, noticing any sensations or tension. Allow each part of your body to relax as you scan through it. Guided visualization. Find a guided meditation online or through an app. Follow along as the narrator leads you through a peaceful scene or scenario, using your imagination to immerse yourself fully. Mantra meditation. Choose a word or phrase that holds meaning for you. It could be something like peace or love. Repeat this mantra silently or aloud as you meditate, allowing it to anchor your focus. Walking meditation. Take a slow, mindful walk in nature or around your neighborhood. Pay attention to each step you take, the sensations in your body, and the sights and sounds around you. Loving kindness meditation. Sit comfortably and bring to mind someone you care about deeply. Repeat phrases of well wishes for them, such as "May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be at peace." Extend these wishes to yourself and others. Sound meditation. Sit quietly and listen to the sounds around you without judgment. Notice the different tones, pitches, and rhythms. Allow the sounds to come and go without clinging to them. Mindful eating. Choose a small piece of food, such as a raisin or a slice of fruit. Before eating, observe its texture, color, and smell. Take a bite and savor the taste and sensation in your mouth, chewing slowly and mindfully. Counting meditation. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Count your breaths, starting from 1 and going up to 10. When you reach 10, start again from 1. If your mind wanders, gently return your focus to counting. Noting practice. As you meditate, notice when thoughts, emotions, or sensations arise. Label them silently as thinking, feeling, or sensing, then gently return your attention to your chosen anchor, such as your breath. Body movement meditation. Engage in gentle movements like yoga, tai chi, or qigong. Pay attention to the sensations in your body as you move, connecting mind and body in harmony. Breath retention. Take a deep breath in, hold it for a few seconds, and then exhale slowly. Repeat this process, focusing on the pause between each inhale and exhale. Nature meditation. Spend time outdoors, whether it's in a park, forest, or by the sea. Sit quietly and observe the natural world around you, feeling a sense of interconnectedness with all living beings. Candle meditation. Light a candle in a dark room and gaze at the flame. Allow your mind to become still as you focus on the flickering light, letting go of any distractions. Progressive muscle relaxation. Tense and release each muscle group in your body, starting from your toes and working your way up to your head. Notice the difference between tension and relaxation. Breath counting. Inhale deeply, then exhale completely, counting 1 breath. Continue counting each breath up to 10, then start again from 1. If you lose count, simply begin again. Gratitude meditation. Reflect on 3 things you're grateful for in your life. Hold each one in your mind for a moment, feeling appreciation and contentment. Sensory awareness. Close your eyes and focus on each of your senses, one at a time. Notice the sounds, smells, tastes, textures, and sights around you, fully immersing yourself in the present moment. Compassion meditation. Visualize someone who is suffering and send them feelings of compassion and empathy. Imagine wrapping them in a warm embrace of kindness and understanding. Open awareness. Sit quietly and expand your awareness to include everything around you, both internal and external. Allow thoughts, emotions, and sensations to arise and pass without getting caught up in them. Simply be present without judgment or attachment. Lesson 5. Letting go of attachments. In our journey towards inner peace, one of the most profound teachings we encounter is the practice of letting go of attachments. Picture this. Imagine holding onto a balloon filled with your worries, fears, and desires. As long as you cling to it tightly, your hands are occupied and you can't fully embrace life's beauty around you. But when you release that balloon, your hands become free and you can finally experience the world with clarity and freedom. That's the essence of letting go. Attachment, in the Buddhist sense, refers to the strong emotional grasp we have towards people, things, or ideas. It's like gripping onto a hot coal, hoping it won't burn us, but in the end, it only causes suffering. Whether it's an attachment to material possessions, relationships, or even our own self-image, these attachments bind us, keeping us trapped in a cycle of craving and dissatisfaction. But letting go doesn't mean abandoning what we love or becoming indifferent. Instead, it's about releasing the tight grip we have on these things, allowing them to exist without depending on them for our happiness. It's understanding that everything in life is impermanent and that true joy comes from within, not from external sources. One powerful way to practice letting go is through mindfulness meditation. In meditation, we observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, allowing them to arise and pass away naturally. Through this practice, we learn to let go of clinging to our thoughts and feelings, realizing that they're transient and not a true reflection of who we are. Another aspect of letting go is forgiveness, both of others and ourselves. Holding on to resentment or guilt only weighs us down, preventing us from moving forward. By forgiving, we release the burden of negative emotions, freeing ourselves from the past and opening up space for healing and growth. Letting go also means accepting the present moment as it is without trying to control or manipulate it. We often waste energy dwelling on the past or worrying about the future, neglecting the beauty and richness of the present. When we let go of our need for control and surrender to what is, we find peace and serenity in the here and now. It's essential to recognize that letting go is a gradual process that requires patience and practice. We may encounter resistance or discomfort along the way, but that's all part of the journey. Each time we loosen our grip on attachments, we experience a greater sense of freedom and inner peace. As we continue on the path of letting go, we begin to discover our true nature, a boundless and compassionate awareness that transcends all limitations. We realize that happiness doesn't come from possessing or achieving, but from letting go and being fully present in each moment. So, I invite you to take a deep breath, exhale, and release whatever you've been holding onto tightly. Trust in the process of letting go, and you'll find that as you empty your hands, you make room for the abundance of life's blessings to flow in. Lesson 6: Overcoming Suffering. Suffering is a universal experience that we all encounter in various forms throughout our lives. It can manifest as physical pain, emotional turmoil, or existential angst. In Buddhism, suffering is considered one of the fundamental aspects of human existence, but it's also seen as something that can be transcended through the practice of mindfulness and compassion. Imagine a person who is constantly worrying about the future, consumed by regret about the past, or plagued by dissatisfaction with the present moment. These are all forms of suffering caused by the mind's tendency to dwell on negative thoughts and emotions. However, by learning to cultivate awareness and acceptance of the present moment, we can begin to free ourselves from the grip of suffering. One of the key teachings in Buddhism is the Four Noble Truths, which outline the nature of suffering and its causes. The first noble truth acknowledges the existence of suffering, while the second noble truth identifies the root cause of suffering as attachment and craving. When we cling to things that are impermanent, whether it's material possessions, relationships, or even our own sense of identity, we inevitably experience suffering when these things change or are lost. The third noble truth offers hope by proclaiming that suffering can be overcome. By letting go of attachments and desires, we can attain a state of liberation known as nirvana, where suffering ceases to exist. This doesn't mean that we become indifferent to the world or immune to pain, but rather that we develop a deep sense of inner peace and contentment that is not dependent on external circumstances. The fourth noble truth outlines the path to liberation, known as the Eightfold Path. This path consists of 8 principles: right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration that serve as guidelines for leading a virtuous and mindful life. One of the most powerful tools for overcoming suffering is the practice of compassion. By cultivating empathy and kindness towards ourselves and others, we can alleviate the pain and distress that arise from the human condition. When we extend compassion to those who are suffering, we not only alleviate their pain, but also deepen our own sense of connection and well-being. Another important aspect of overcoming suffering is developing resilience in the face of adversity. Life is full of challenges and setbacks, but by adopting a mindset of acceptance and resilience, we can navigate difficult times with grace and equanimity. Instead of resisting or avoiding pain, we can learn to embrace it as an opportunity for growth and transformation. Meditation is a powerful tool for cultivating mindfulness and reducing suffering. By training the mind to focus on the present moment, we can develop greater clarity, insight, and equanimity. Through practices such as loving-kindness meditation, we can cultivate a sense of warmth and compassion towards ourselves and others, which can help to dissolve the barriers that separate us from one another. In conclusion, overcoming suffering is not about denying or suppressing our pain, but rather about learning to relate to it in a more skillful and compassionate way. By embracing the teachings of Buddhism and incorporating mindfulness, compassion, and resilience into our daily lives, we can begin to transcend suffering and experience greater peace, joy, and fulfillment. Lesson 7. Compassion and Kindness. Compassion and kindness are the gentle giants of human virtues. In the bustling world we live in, they stand as beacons of light, guiding us through the darkest of times. Imagine a world where every heart beats with compassion, where every action is a testament to kindness. This is the world envisioned by Buddhism, a world where empathy reigns supreme. At its core, compassion is the ability to feel the suffering of others as if it were our own. It is a deep understanding of the human condition, a recognition of our shared struggles and triumphs. Kindness, on the other hand, is the manifestation of compassion in action. It is the simple act of extending a helping hand, of being there for someone in need. In Buddhism, compassion and kindness are not just lofty ideals, they are practical tools for living a fulfilling life. The Buddha himself embodied these qualities, showing boundless compassion to all beings. His teachings emphasize the importance of cultivating a heart of compassion and a mind of kindness. One of the most famous teachings of the Buddha is the Metta Sutta, also known as the Discourse on Loving Kindness. In this discourse, the Buddha encourages his followers to cultivate a boundless love for all beings, starting with themselves and radiating outwards to encompass the entire world. Practicing compassion and kindness is not always easy, especially in a world filled with conflict and strife. It requires us to look beyond our own needs and desires to see the humanity in others. But the rewards are immeasurable. When we open our hearts to compassion, we find fulfillment in helping others, in making a positive difference in the world. Compassion and kindness are contagious. When we show kindness to others, it inspires them to do the same. It creates a ripple effect that spreads far and wide, touching the lives of countless beings. In this way, compassion becomes a powerful force for change, transforming the world one act of kindness at a time. But compassion and kindness are not limited to our interactions with others. They also extend to ourselves. Self-compassion is the foundation of emotional well-being, allowing us to embrace our imperfections and treat ourselves with kindness and understanding. In the words of the Dalai Lama, love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. Indeed, compassion and kindness are the lifeblood of our shared humanity, binding us together in a tapestry of love and understanding. So let us cultivate compassion and kindness in our hearts, and let us spread their light to all corners of the world. For in the end, it is through love and compassion that we find true happiness and fulfillment. Lesson 8. The Practice of Mindfulness. In the bustling world we live in, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the constant stream of thoughts, worries, and distractions. But amidst this chaos, there lies a simple yet profound practice that can bring peace and clarity to our minds: mindfulness. Mindfulness is about being fully present in the moment without judgment or attachment to thoughts or feelings. It's about observing our experiences with openness and curiosity, like a child exploring the world for the first time. Imagine sitting quietly by a stream, watching the water flow effortlessly over the smooth stones. In mindfulness, we become like that stream, flowing through life with grace and ease, fully aware of each moment as it unfolds. One of the simplest ways to practice mindfulness is through mindful breathing. Take a moment to close your eyes and focus on your breath as it flows in and out of your body. Notice the sensation of the air entering your nostrils, filling your lungs, and then gently leaving your body. With each breath, let go of any tension or stress you may be holding onto, allowing yourself to relax more deeply into the present moment. Another powerful mindfulness practice is mindful eating. Instead of rushing through your meals or eating mindlessly in front of the TV, take the time to savor each bite, noticing the colors, textures, and flavors of your food. Pay attention to the sensations in your body as you chew and swallow, and the feelings of gratitude for the nourishment it provides. Mindfulness isn't just about being present in pleasant moments, it's also about embracing difficult emotions and experiences with compassion and acceptance. When faced with challenges or discomfort, instead of pushing them away or getting caught up in negative thoughts, try to simply observe them with kindness and curiosity, knowing that they too shall pass. A regular mindfulness practice can have profound effects on our mental and emotional well-being. Studies have shown that mindfulness can reduce stress, anxiety, and depression while also improving focus, memory, and overall happiness. But like any skill, mindfulness takes practice and patience to cultivate. Start small with just a few minutes of mindfulness meditation each day and gradually increase the duration as you become more comfortable with the practice. As you integrate mindfulness into your daily life, you may begin to notice subtle shifts in how you relate to yourself and the world around you. You may find yourself more present, more compassionate, and more attuned to the beauty and wonder of each moment. So why not give it a try? Take a deep breath and let yourself sink into the gentle embrace of mindfulness. As you do, you may just discover a sense of peace and contentment that has been waiting for you all along. Lesson 9. Cultivating Inner Peace. In our hectic lives, finding inner peace can seem like a distant dream. But within the teachings of Buddhism lies a roadmap to achieving this elusive tranquility. Cultivating inner peace begins with a simple yet profound practice: mindfulness. Mindfulness is the art of being fully present in the moment without judgment or attachment. It's about paying attention to our thoughts, emotions, and sensations with curiosity and kindness. Through mindfulness, we learn to observe our inner workings without getting swept away by them. One powerful technique for cultivating mindfulness is meditation. Meditation allows us to quiet the chatter of the mind and connect with our innermost selves. By sitting in stillness and focusing on our breath or a mantra, we can train our minds to be more calm and focused. But mindfulness isn't just about sitting on a cushion in silent meditation. It's about bringing awareness to every aspect of our lives, from the way we eat and walk to the way we interact with others. By practicing mindfulness in our daily activities, we can infuse every moment with a sense of peace and presence. Another key aspect of cultivating inner peace is letting go of attachments. Attachment is the root cause of much of our suffering, as it ties us to fleeting pleasures and external validations. By releasing our grip on material possessions, relationships, and even our own identities, we free ourselves from the chains of craving and aversion. Instead of seeking happiness outside of ourselves, we learn to find contentment within. This doesn't mean denying ourselves pleasure or ambition, but rather recognizing that true fulfillment comes from within. When we stop chasing after external validations and learn to be comfortable with ourselves as we are, we can experience a profound sense of peace. Compassion is another essential ingredient in the recipe for inner peace. By cultivating compassion for ourselves and others, we open our hearts to the interconnectedness of all beings. When we see ourselves reflected in the eyes of others, we can't help but feel a sense of kinship and understanding. Practicing loving-kindness meditation is a powerful way to cultivate compassion. In this practice, we offer loving kindness and well wishes to ourselves, loved ones, strangers, and even those we perceive as enemies. By wishing happiness, health, and peace for all beings, we dissolve the barriers that separate us and connect with the universal bond of humanity. Gratitude is another potent tool for cultivating inner peace. When we cultivate an attitude of gratitude, we shift our focus from what we lack to what we have. By acknowledging the abundance in our lives, whether it's the warmth of the sun on our skin or the kindness of a stranger, we can cultivate a deep sense of contentment and joy. Simplicity is also key to finding inner peace in a world filled with distractions and complexities. By decluttering our lives, both physically and mentally, we create space for peace and clarity to flourish. This might mean simplifying our possessions, commitments, or even our goals and aspirations. Ultimately, cultivating inner peace is a lifelong journey, one that requires patience, dedication, and self-compassion. But with mindfulness, compassion, gratitude, and simplicity as our guides, we can find refuge in the depths of our own hearts. As the Buddha once said, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. Lesson 10. Wisdom and Insight. In the journey of self-discovery within Buddhism, wisdom and insight play pivotal roles. They guide us toward understanding the nature of reality in ourselves. Let's delve into these profound concepts in a simple and engaging manner. Wisdom in Buddhism isn't about acquiring knowledge from books or lectures. It's about understanding the truth through direct experience. Imagine wisdom as a light that illuminates the darkness of ignorance. It helps us see things as they truly are, beyond the illusions of our minds. This wisdom isn't reserved for scholars or monks, it's accessible to everyone who seeks it earnestly. One of the fundamental teachings in Buddhism is the concept of impermanence. Wisdom helps us grasp this truth that everything in life is constantly changing. By understanding impermanence, we learn to let go of attachments and appreciate each moment fully. Another aspect of wisdom is understanding the interdependence of all things. Nothing exists in isolation, everything is connected in a vast web of existence. This insight leads to a profound sense of empathy and compassion toward all beings. Wisdom also involves understanding the nature of suffering. It's not about avoiding pain but accepting it as part of the human experience. Through wisdom, we learn to navigate the challenges of life with resilience and grace. Insight meditation, or vipassana, is a powerful practice in Buddhism to cultivate wisdom. It involves observing the sensations within our bodies and the thoughts in our minds with clarity and equanimity. As we develop this practice, we begin to see the impermanent and interdependent nature of our thoughts and emotions. With wisdom comes the realization that our perceptions shape our reality. By changing our perspectives, we can transform our lives. Another essential aspect of wisdom is understanding the concept of non-self. It's the recognition that there is no permanent, unchanging self-entity within us. Instead, we are a constantly evolving process, influenced by our thoughts, emotions, and experiences. This insight frees us from the burden of ego and opens the door to profound inner peace. Wisdom also involves discerning between what is beneficial and what is harmful. It's about making choices that lead to our well-being and the well-being of others. Through wisdom, we cultivate a sense of clarity and purpose in our lives. The journey of wisdom is not linear, it's a continuous process of growth and discovery. As we deepen our understanding of ourselves and the world around us, we find greater meaning and fulfillment in life. May we all walk the path of wisdom with open hearts and minds, illuminating the way for ourselves and others. Conclusion and reflection. As we come to the end of our journey into the depths of emptiness and the wisdom of Buddhism, take a moment to reflect on what we've learned. Emptiness doesn't mean nothingness. It's a profound concept that teaches us to let go of our attachments and see the world as it truly is. By emptying our minds of preconceptions and desires, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities and freedom. Buddhism offers practical techniques like meditation to help us cultivate a clear and tranquil mind. Through meditation, we learn to observe our thoughts without getting caught up in them, allowing us to experience true inner peace. Letting go of attachments doesn't mean giving up what we love. Instead, it means freeing ourselves from the suffering that comes from clinging too tightly. Compassion and kindness are at the heart of the Buddhist teachings. By extending compassion to others, we create a more peaceful and harmonious world. Mindfulness is a powerful tool that helps us stay present in each moment, fully aware of our thoughts, feelings, and surroundings. Cultivating inner peace isn't always easy, but with practice and patience, it becomes more attainable. Wisdom isn't about acquiring knowledge, but rather understanding the true nature of reality and our place within it. As we continue on our journey, let's remember to be kind to ourselves and others and to approach each moment with openness and curiosity. The path of Buddhism isn't about reaching a destination, but rather embracing the journey with all its ups and downs. By emptying our minds and opening our hearts, we can find true happiness and fulfillment in life. Remember, the journey of self-discovery is ongoing, and there's always more to learn and explore. So, as we bid farewell for now, let's carry the wisdom of emptiness with us wherever we go. Let's strive to live with compassion, mindfulness, and wisdom, enriching our own lives and the lives of those around us. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the teachings of Buddhism. May your path be filled with peace and enlightenment. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Wisdom Woven for more insightful content on mindfulness, spirituality, and personal growth. Until we meet again, may you find joy in each moment and peace in your heart. Farewell, and may your journey be filled with light and love.